Hi guys, and welcome along to another course vlog here at Freshwater Bay, and we're going to do things a little bit differently throughout the course of this video, which we'll get to shortly, as I'm ready to tee off here with an 8-iron in hand. Wind was with us, but just not sort of taking a chippy 8-iron here rather than a full 9-iron. We do manage to find the surface of the green, but a long way out. Obviously the longest you could possibly really have in terms of putts on this green, with the flag there at the front. And as usual, we've got multiple camera angles, so hopefully that should make things look a little bit better, along with I've worked on some new broadcast style graphics as well for scorekeeping on each hole. Now here I'm just going to show you my sort of new putting routine, which I'm trying to keep no matter what type of putt it is. So obviously this is just short putt and something I would probably just knock in normally without the routine, but I decided that from now on it's the same routine no matter what putt we are taking. So I'm going to get out of here though with the par quite easily. It was just a short tap in that one, and we move on to the second hole. So in this video you are going to get some on-course commentary as well as my post-production commentary, so I will chip in from time to time out there on the course. But what we're going to do here on the second hole is we're going to mix things up a little bit as well. A lot of talk recently about driver distance. Now I'm stack training and I have increased my distance out on course. It's not always great because, you know, that's how golf is, especially at this level. But what we're going to do is going to do a forward tee position where the tees are probably 30 or 40 yards in difference. So teeing off here from the yellow tees and cut that one a bit down the right hand side. We'll move here on to the red tees, and I'd say that we've probably gained about 30 yards here from the yellow tees to the forward tees, and it's a carbon copy of the swing. Cut that one down the right hand side. Alright guys, so we've got 160 to the front of the green, 175 to the middle and 191 to the rear. Flags yellow, so in the middle. First few shots of the day. So I think the rear number is probably more or less what we're looking for here, because we're uphill as well. So I'm going to hit the 7 wood, and if it's long, it's long, but we're looking for something left of the green. Everything right is pretty much dead, and you're quite close to the road down there. So let's see what we can do. Okay, we didn't really get through that particularly well, but it's got up there. I reckon we're pin high, but we're on the top tier, so we'll be chipping down towards the green. Let's move on to the red ball. So we got 145, 159, 175 back. So again, yellow flag, centre of the green's 159. I think we're kind of between a 6-iron and a 9 wood here. I'm going to hit the 9 wood just on the basis that I want to take into account the slope and the fact that I'm not fully warm yet. Pretty good that. I reckon we're probably pretty close to the pin with that second ball. Let's see how we get on. So So yeah, we got pretty unfortunate there with that second ball. It's come down off the slope and it's just got tangled up in the side of the hill here. So we're gonna have a tricky shot for our third. Didn't quite get all of that 7 wood, got a bit up out of it. So let's see if we can have a good recovery shot with this third shot. Okay, so I'm gonna go with something a little less lofted, I think, here, because although we're tangled up in that rough, I think it might pop out of there and die quite quickly. So I'm going to go with a gap wedge here and see if we can trickle it on up to the flag. Not the worst effort, to be honest, out of there. I mean, he come out so well. Probably should have took the 56 degree, but you know, that's such law, isn't it? Let's get on and see if we can make our par putt on the way back, and let's see if we can grab a birdie with that red ball. Right, so there we go, slide that one in for bogey, but we've still got an opportunity with that second ball from the forward tee. But the birdie putt just slides by, but we do get out of there with a par on that second ball. Right, okay, so par 3 here, we're showing 151 to the front, 163 to the middle, 176 to the back, but obviously we do have a bit of a downslope towards the green, so we need to take that into consideration. Also, we've got the wind cutting across from right to left, so ball flight wise that's going to have a bit of an impact. I've got 7-iron in hand, let's see how we get on. Right, so we've managed to hit the middle of the green here, but what the camera really doesn't show is how downhill this slope is towards the back of the green. And I honestly thought that I'd left this short, but I actually almost de-greened the thing. So you might be able to see the slope a little bit better from this side. We're actually putting back up the hill, and we've probably got 8-9 feet here. Let's see if we can get this one. What a putt, yes. Really enjoyed that one for the par, and let's get on to hole 4. Okay, so because of the wind, which you can obviously hear in the background, I didn't have the tripod set up all the time on the holes when I'm driving, so this is just off the floor. I know it's not the greatest of angles, but at least you can get to see the drives where I've not got the tripod available. Right guys, here we go. So front of the green is 99, 111 to the middle, 123 to the back, obviously uphill, so we've got to take that into account. Wind blowing left to right. I think we've got to take at least the club to the back because of the elevation, and even a little bit more. I mean, wind is off the left and hurting a little, so I'm going to take a pitching wedge. Let's get it on up there. That flag is right in the middle of the green, so it's green light to go at it. Dispersion wise, let's see what we can do. bad effort there. I think that'll probably be middle of the green though. Maybe needed a 9-9. I did fight that down a little bit as well, so I did fight the winds, but let's see what we got when we get up there. So yeah, that kind of gives us a good indication as to how strong this wind is today, and obviously helps us along these first 9, because we're going to be heading into that wind all the way out. Probably should have been a 9-9 to be honest, and even an 8 could have been right at the back of the green there. So let's see what we can do with this putt. It is a bird. Well, the pace was absolutely bang on. Just a bit further to the right and I would have sunk that one, but yeah, nice tapping par. Right guys, let me know what you think about the on-course commentary in this video as well. I'd like some feedback in the comment section, just because I will incorporate it in future. I do actually have a microphone setup that I can use out on course, but for this particular vlog I'm just literally talking into the camera mic, so let me know and we'll adjust it as we go forward. Right, tricky chip this, wind right into. Got a fair bit of green to play with though, but that is a very bare lie. Let's see how we can get on with this. Always inevitable. Bladed it basically. Couldn't get down into that ground quick enough, so we've gone through the other side. Quite sure what I was thinking there with that putt, because I went after it and I shouldn't have done, and that has left a tricky comebacker here. Nevertheless, we sink it and let's move on. Okay, we pushed it right, but we're in the 13th hole's fairway, so it's not too bad. We've got a good lie. We're just coming in from a difficult angle. We've got 205 to the flag, wind into. We should really hit 3-wood here, I would imagine. But I think I'd rather be short and try and take on the risk. What we got to the back, we've got 222 to the back. It's a very slender green, this one. So we have to be careful. You know, let's see 3-wood. Yeah, no, this is the play. Saw it bounce, but it is right. started right and the wind kept it out there, but I think we should just have a fairly sensible chip down onto the green. Although having said that, because of how narrow that green is, we might have made ourselves very short-sided. Let's see what happens when we get up there. So yeah, about us being short-sided, that's definitely the case. But a great pitch shot here onto the green. Fairway, if it funnels down here. I didn't get far enough right off the tee, although it was a good drive. We've got about 188 to the front, 200 to the middle, and 220 something to the back. Flags at the front anyway. I'm going to 7 wood. Let's see. I think it might get a bit snarled in that rough, so that's why I need a bit of extra club. Otherwise, it'd be the 9. The one thing worth noting watching back through this footage is look how much the ball is above my feet here. My feet are actually sunken well down into that rough. Shot off right. Draw. Yeah, not turned out too badly. We've got the grass bunker just behind us, which we might have slowed our progress down, but we are within proximity of the green, and this will be a 56 degree wedge. Again, the penalty of not hitting the fairway is finding a quite juicy lie here in the rough. I can get a wood on it though. Not sure I can even reach the green if I could get a really good 3 wood on it. So I'm going to hit the 9 wood because then I'm more assured of getting out of the lie more comfortably. Let's see how we get on here. Have a chance to get to the green in 3. Okay, so we're still going to have to rifle something from here because we got 178 to the middle, 164 to the front. So we've still got a lot of work to do here. I think I'm going to hit the 9 wood again, especially because of the lie. We've got a clump behind the ball again. Right. Let's get it up there. Cheat codes, 7 wood, 9 wood, that coming so soft, has landed really nicely. I would imagine by the time we get up to that green, it's possibly giving us a chance to put out for par. Okay, so arriving at the ball, we didn't quite make the green. Not too disappointed though, because that was a pretty difficult lie, and the equivalent club, which I no longer carry because I've got the 9 wood in the bag, would probably be a 5 iron, and I might have even been tempted with a 4 there. Out of that lie, I don't really think that my chances would have been too good at producing this sort of shot. So I think that kind of sums up the 9 wood. I'm going to take the chip here, although obviously many people might look at this as a putt. Not my greatest effort there with the gap wedge, left it rather short. Let's see if we can tidy things up here with the putter though. Not quite. Disappointing double bogey. Okay, so 100 to the front, 115 to the middle, and 130 to the back. Slightly uphill. Lie's pretty decent, although we've managed to find the one bit of fairway that hasn't cut back as well as the rest. Decentish drive, so can't complain about that. Wind's coming off our left-hand shoulder. Going to take a pitch and wedge because essentially I can't go long with that. But all of it is what I think is really needed to get up near that pin. Back right corner of the green there. Not a bad effort. I think the wind wasn't quite as bad as I expected, but nevertheless we couldn't go long, so hopefully it settled down nicely. And indeed it had settled down much nicer than I thought it had. I thought it was about another sort of 5-6 yards further on than this, so gives us an outside chance at birdie. Ooh. Okay, so as we tidy that out for the par, we have gone out in 40, which is 7 over par. Kind of on target, kind of not on target. hopefully we can turn the tide a little bit further into our advantage as we go through the back 9, especially as we've got the wind with us now as well for a good 4 or 5 holes here before we get down into the lower section of the course. Okay, so I totally smothered that and left myself a really tricky shot here. As you can see, the ball is well below my feet, but it was a decent distance still off the tee even with that smother. Shot trace is a little bit off, I think, there. We're a bit closer than it appears, and he's on the green here for the putt. Birdie opportunity, but we can't quite capitalise. Nevertheless, we start the back 9 well with a par. Right, so as this is a par 5, we're going to play off the forward tees as well to show the difference of having that extra yardage available to us and how that can have an impact on scoring, because this is about 40 to 50 yards further up and we've obviously got none of the danger in front of us either hitting off this tee box. Okay, 250 to the middle from here. A sensible play is obviously a 7 wood. Get us in range. I'm tempted to go DOD. Mini DOD off the deck. You know what, we only live once, don't we? Let's give it a bash. Could be a little bit too right, but it was good distance wise. Okay, so this is the second ball from the forward tee, and I'm just chipping a 9 wood from here. I've got about 175, I think it is. Not too bad with that driver off the deck. Not too far in now. We're going to go at 56 degree. Watch, we've got 52 to the middle, so that's kind of the number I'm going to try and hit. Right, so there's the difference between birdie putt on the main ball and the red ball having an eagle putt. They're pretty much in similar distances. We're obviously going to focus on the main ball first, and then we'll come back for the birdie ball, the red ball, which we'll hopefully get a birdie on. Okay, so on this hole, the forward tee isn't actually that much further forward. It's actually only 9 yards further forward. But as you can see, it has a massive difference in terms of your perspective on the hole. So on the left-hand side, where we're playing our regular ball, we've got the gorse to contend with. We've got the bunkers right in the middle of the fairway. Whereas in the right-hand side of the shot, we've obviously got a clear view right down the right side of the fairway, so it makes a huge difference in the way that you would play this particular hole. Very decent hit that. Would have needed to have been further right in the summer, otherwise I might have been able to move the run. But yeah, we're going to hit 3 wood from here. Don't think we've got enough in the tank to get there, but if it catches the downslope right, that flag's at the front, so never say never. Okay, so here's the red tee ball, probably 30 yards further forward. Definitely got a chance here if we catch it right and we get the downslope, I reckon. We'll see how we get on though. Bending down there. That one a bit too far right. I reckon it'll get collected in the footpath down the side of the hole. We'll see when we get down there. Okay, simple shot with that 3 wood. Obviously it didn't chase all the way, and I wasn't really confident with mini DOD off the deck, but I'm pretty happy with this. And I'm actually going to play a 9-iron bump and run on this one, because there's a little shelf in front of the green, and if your ball hits that downslope when you're chipping in, you're just going to get boosted. So let's try and get it to the front and see if we can roll it close to the flag. Okay, so a bit of a wayward drive there, not very long either. So we've got an 8-iron in hand here going to this green from 150 yards out. Wasn't a bad effort, as you can see, but it has left us on the back of the green with the flag down there on the front. So a treacherous putt coming back down the green here. Speed control particularly good from that distance, but just inaccurate in terms of our aim on that particular putt. So about 6 or 7 feet here to tidy up for the par. That is a great putt. Hole 14 here, the drop, always a really good challenge. Very dependent on the wind as to what club that you're going to be playing off this particular tee box. But flag is left hand side of the green, and we're going to try and work our way out there. Drop just over the back of the flag. Not a bad effort at all. There's a pretty decent chip. Good on distance once again. Once again, we tidy it out for par. Very, very good score building here on the back nine. So the wind's with us on this hole. We've got 9 wood in hand, 175 yards to the middle of the green. Let's see how well we do with this one. And it's a bullet. A very, very low ball that is for a 9 wood. Left us on the wrong side of the green, chipping back up towards the flag in the opposite corner of the green. Very tricky green, this one. Well, we've given ourselves a chance to get par. That's all we really could have asked for, to be perfectly honest, after that drive. But again, pushed that, trying to go after it. And left ourselves with a very, very tricky putt here. And it lips out, and that goes the very good scorecard we were building, as suddenly we've got ourselves a double bogey on the card. Now, whilst the weather's been particularly bad over the course of the last few rounds, I haven't actually been hitting driver off this tee box because it invites so much trouble outright. We've got OB all down the right hand side, so you have to really think long and hard about your particular shot on this one. But because of that double bogey on the last, I'm being aggressive, and I don't think I've hit a straighter drive in a long time. Has left us with a bit of a tricky one here though. We did have a bad bounce to the right, but we've got a tricky little pitch shot here. Bit of foggle there, fear of going long, and we've ended up with a little chip shot here with the gap wedge. A lot of people would have putted that, if I'm honest, but I'm particularly good with the gap wedge around the green, and we're able to tidy out for a par nonetheless anyway. Right, so here we go. Only shows 142 yards from this particular tee box area, but I think it plays much longer than that. I've got a 9 wood in hand, and because of how uphill this hole is, it's difficult to be bang on the money. So difficult, this hole, for its stroke index. Managed to get it pin high though. Nice little chip across the green. And it finishes just behind the hole. Take a part on this hole. So we've got 214 yards downhill here to the hole. Got 7 wood in hand, and hoping that we've got enough club to make it to the green. Fortunately, I get a bit down and stuck on that one, and we flare it out to the right hand side. That leaves us here with this tricky little pitch shot. We've got about 50 yards to the pin. Not bad effort given the placement of the bunker. I decided to err on the side of caution and head out left hand side. And it's another one of those putts that we've kind of gone after a bit too much and left ourselves with a lot of work to do. It was just too much work, and we end up there with another double bogey on the card. A really good back nine though, considering where we started out on that front nine. So yeah, there we go. Only 4 over on the back nine, and both of which come from double bogeys. So really good, solid back nine. Made up from some of the errors that I made on the front nine, and we did break 80, which is always our goal around this course, given my handicap level, which is now 11.9. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have and you like the new format, do let me know in the comment section. I think this is probably the way we're going to go going forwards. Also, did you like the addition of the forward tees and the difference in which that it shows between the forwards and the rear tees? If you did enjoy that and perhaps want me to play a whole round off the front tees, let me know and I'll sort that out, because our course is actually graded for the forward tees for men as well. So that's always a possibility for me to go out and shoot a round off of those tees just to show the differences. But anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.